Hey guys, welcome to the Tech Admin channel. In this week's episode, I want to show you how to use data validation so that you can restrict the type of information that is put into certain cells. So where is this super useful? It's when you're collaborating with others so that you can allow them to fill something out and work on it together, but at the same time maintain the order that you're looking for. I find it's much easier to ask people to fill something out on their own rather than chasing everybody separately via email. So what I usually do is I set up a spreadsheet and then I share it with people in some way. So maybe it's Google Drive that you're using, or maybe you have OneDrive. Either of these options will work. And what is really neat is that you don't have to chase anybody. You just send out a link to the spreadsheet and then they can edit on their own. So in this case, let's say that we have two events coming up and people have to sign up for either one of those events. They have to choose what kind of food they're going to take. They have to record their name and their age. So for example, maybe this event is only for people that are at least 21 years old. And so you want to make sure that you restrict it to that so that people know. And I don't know about you, but in my experience, every time I send out a bunch of instructions, some people surely do read them and understand and properly record things, but what usually happens is at least a few people completely misunderstand what is asked of them, and then they just record things in their own manner, and it's wrong, and you have to go back and forth. So instead of having to do all of that work, we can allow Excel data validation to do it for us. So let's get started. In this case, let's say that we have two events coming up. So we have either June 17th or June 18th that people can sign up for. So how do we set it up so that people can only pick those two options and don't accidentally pick something else? So this is how you would do that. First off, you will need to write here the options that you're going to use. So June 17th is one option and June 18th is the other option. So now what you want to do is just select the whole column. It's not going to adjust the data that's already in there, but it will require certain parameters for the data that is input. So up here in the ribbon, click on the one that says data, and within that, click on data validation. And here you can select multiple options in here. So in this case, I'm going to go with the one that is called list. So here in source, I can select where that list is coming from. So just select this and it'll minimize, and I'm going to say the source has to be from here, and then hit OK. So what that will do is that when people try to put an event date in, they will be able to actually select it from the drop-down menu. So let's just select the date, and you'll notice there's a bit of an issue with this. So if I'm just going to select June 17th, it gives me a bunch of gibberish numbers. So anytime this happens, it's just a formatting issue. So just click on the column, right-click, go into Format Cells, and make sure you have the date selected, and then just pick a format that you're happy with. So maybe this is the best format, hit OK, and it will actually adjust it to that. And then in here again, if I click that, now it shows up properly. And very similarly, let's say that we have three food options. Maybe we have a chicken menu, we have a salmon, and we have a beef option. So in here, you'll want to do the same thing. So just click on validation, say that you want to pick it from a list, select the source here, click on that again, and hit OK. And then people can just pick the option that they want. In here, I want to show you how to, instead of restricting a cell, you want to give people a gentle reminder of what you want them to input. So in here, I'm just going to go into data validation and select the input message. So you don't have to worry about the title. You can use it, but you can also just use the message part. So I'm just going to say your full name and then hit OK. So once people get to that cell and hover over it, you will see that there's a nice little reminder saying your full name. You can put a lot of stuff in there, so if you have longer instructions, then that may actually just be the perfect spot to do it, so you don't clutter up the whole design of your spreadsheet. So here I'm just going to put in the Techie Admin as my name, adjust the cell size, and we're good to go. So moving on to the last part. In here, you want to restrict the age to say 21. Maybe this is a grown-up only event. So just select the row again, go back into data validation, and here under any value, you want to pick a whole number that is greater than or equal to 21. So hit OK, and then what will happen is if I say that I'm 18 and hit enter, it will give me an error. Now, you don't want to just confuse people as to why they can't put the data in. So It gives you an option to also give an error alert. So in here, you can just say, you must be at least 21 years old to participate, and hit OK. So now if I try to type in 18, hit enter, it will actually tell me you must be at least 21 years old to participate. And then I can just hit cancel, and you will see that if I do put in something that is older than 21, so say 28, hit enter, and no issues at all. Now the last thing is, of course, you may not want to have these things visible here. So all you'd have to do is just select the cells you want to hide and hit the hide button. It's not going to matter at all, but then people don't know where you're drawing your data from and can't accidentally delete something or edit something to their preference. And of course, don't just stop there. If you have other things you'd like to restrict, go into the data validation button and click around and see what really fits your needs. There are so many things you can do within here. So just have some fun with it, go explore, and I hope that you find exactly what is going to help you do your job faster and better. I hope this really helps you to better collaborate with your coworkers and streamline your data so that it is input in the way that you would like it to be. So if you enjoyed this video and learned something important, just hit thumbs up and let me know if you'd like to see more videos like this by subscribing. See you next time.